Yes, people. Hope you are all doing well. We are back live again with another live stream talking about the Reds. We've got some big transfer stories to speak about in today's stream. Mateta, Rodrygo, Isak, Nunes. Is he still going to leave? And Harvey Elliott, etc., also being linked with a move away to West Ham. So we'll be discussing all of those topics. But if you are new to the channel, make sure you are smashing the like button and you are subscribing on that road to 2,000 subscribers. We want to aim to get there in the coming weeks. We're about just over 250 away, 7 away from 1,750. So let's aim to get to there. Big up to everyone that's in the building. I hope every single one of you are doing well. Now, where should we start? I think we should start on Rodrygo. I think we should start on the Rodrygo news because I know everyone in the chat is going to be asking, how did I do this before? There we go. So these are the reports that came out over the weekend. We're going to discuss them all in one by one. Right, let's start off with Rodrygo then. So this is what Dave O.C. Cop is coming out and reporting that Liverpool would make a move for Rodrygo if Luis Diaz leaves. According to Dara AS, the report states that Arsenal and Bayern Munich are also interested, although Real Madrid have received no offers so far. Liverpool would go for Rodrygo if Luis Diaz leaves the football club. So yeah, again, the reports are basically Liverpool are going to go in for Rodrygo if Luis Diaz leaves. This is expected because I've been saying this for some time. I've always expected Liverpool to go in for Rodrygo even if Luis Diaz wasn't leaving, because of the links that we've had to him in the past, the data we've had on him in the past. We know we're a big fan of Rodrygo. I actually do expect this to accelerate in the coming days, because I do think Luis Diaz's situation will be resolved. And if that is he's going to be sold, I expect the Rodrygo news to heat up. If not, I expect the Rodrygo news to die down. I think it's going to go very much our way of two. And hopefully, is the news of Rodrygo, is the news will be going up. That is what we would hope for and dream. But do let me know what you actually think to the Rodrygo news. For me, it's absolutely just mouth watering, please. Oh my days. If honestly, and I know people, there's actually been a big topic about Rodrygo in the past couple of days in terms of are his numbers, good enough, etc. For me, if he was to come to Liverpool, he would be he would literally blow up. This is also what Builder also said that Liverpool have also required, and also Sasha also did say that Liverpool will compete with Arsenal for Rodrygo if Diaz is sold. Rodrygo's destination is the Premier League if he's to be sold. Also, Bayern Munich have also had interest in him. I thought we'll come back to Rodrygo because for me this news is big. This news is quite big. That this is a report coming out that French striker Philippe Mateta and his representatives met with Liverpool in Paris in the last few days. Thoughts? What are people's thoughts? People, by the way, we're on 12 likes. Let's get these up to let's get these likes up to a minimum 25 likes. Big up to every single person that is in the building today. But yes, are you taking Mateta at Liverpool with the talks? For me, I've had this conversation a few times about Mateta, will I take him or not. For me, it's about is he going to be back up or not? Is he going to be back up or not? If he's coming in to be the Liverpool's main striker, then absolutely not. if he was coming in to be a backup and just do a role as a squad, I'm taking him. Because this guy's got 43 goals and assists in his last 2 Premier League seasons. For a reasonable price, stopgap, could the Frenchman be a good market opportunity? How old is now? The question is, though, how old is Philippe Mateta? Let's have a look. He's 28. He's just turned 28. For a 3-year deal, short, you probably sound what, a 3-4 year deal. I'm probably going to take him, guys. I can't lie. I think his numbers are reasonable. I think his numbers are good. You know, I think his numbers are worth looking at. And as a stopgap, are people taking him? Because I can't lie, guys. I'm doing it. I'm actually doing it. That's just me. Let me get through the chat. I need to catch up with the chat. Big up to PL Champs. Smash the likes and subscribe. Yeah, man. Get these likes up. Get subscribing. Mateta. Yep. Thoughts? Again, I'll give you more thoughts in a minute. Decent amount of news to talk about. Yeah, big up to N90 as always. Big up. Big up CJ, bro. No. Big up. Yeah. Smash the likes of 30. Big up to everyone, man. Appreciate you all tuning in. I would take him as a backup to Isak. Here's a question, chat. Are you taking Mateta and Hugo Ekitike? Are you taking Hugo Ekitike and Philippe Mateta? I can't lie, I am. Yeah, big up the chat as always. Big up, how are you? I'm well, mate. I am doing well. I thought, oh, come on. We're going to do a big stream talking transfers. We're going to do a big stream talking transfers today. So expect a big, maybe a good 2+ hour stream today. I can't lie. Yeah, big up my boy Zia, man. Hope you're well, brother. What app you use to make a logo? What app do you use to make logo? What do you mean by logo? My YouTube profile? What are you saying, bro? I'm good, mate. I am very well. Mateta's a good striker. He is underrated, I think, and hence why I actually would take him. For me, it's just more about the price of him. I think it's more of a concern. It's more how much is he going to cost. Yo, people ain't going to be ready yet for what I'm doing in that 24-hour stream. I have set it up. We're going to do a 24-hour stream. And some of the stuff that I've got planned for that stream that I've messaged people about, oh my days, it's going to blow up. Well, hopefully. Big up to you, mate, in the chat. But yes, yeah, man. I need to message you actually. I need to message you. I'll message you after the stream on WhatsApp, bro. Al Halal looking at him on Watkins alongside Nunes. Yo, bruv, you don't need to look at Watkins and Mateta, mate. You need to be looking at Darwin Nunes. Thank you. He is 28. Yeah. We've signed many players at 28 years old. Thiago signed him at like 29. So you're telling me you're not taking Mateta? Yeah. Yeah, 24-hour stream, man. It's gonna be a madness. I was on the phone to someone last night about the 24-hour stream, and they saw me at some big stuff regarding that. So yeah, it's gonna be sick. You know. So how many likes we on? We'll just hit 20 past likes. Get these up, people. Big up yourself. Let's go through more of the chat. I would love Mateta at Liverpool. I'm taking Mateta, but the thing is, I'm not taking Mateta to come in and be Liverpool starting striker. If you get me, I'm bringing in Mateta to come in and do a backup, or just. I would take him as long as he's not going to start 38 Premier League games. You call him Romano or something. Hey, I might be getting. No, it's not Fabrizio Romano, but there's a potential that I could be getting someone on the channel who does who is like a journalist. So it all depends on his like availability. And you guys have definitely seen him before. Message me later, yeah, I will do, bro. Nah, fuck off with Nunes. Bro, he'll bag you 50 goals, mate. Big up Anme as always. You enjoy Nunes. God. Big up Anne, yeah, he's always here. Tesco's is always available for you lot. What? The shop? You on about Tesco's the shop? 20 is just a number. Look at Endos's age when he plays, man. He's like in his prime still. Yeah, Endo, yeah, I get you. For me, I'm taking him. But the thing is, how much are Crystal Palace gonna want? That's the thing. How much? This is a guy that scored 43 goals and assists in 2 Premier League seasons, which is very, very good numbers. Since Glasner's come in, he has done very well. The only thing is, how much? How much is he gonna cost, chat? Big up, yeah. Big up yourself, bro. You always hear me. I think if we sign Mateta, we are going for Rodrygo. Mate, I beg. But I want Anthony Gordon though. Fabrizio reacts is gonna call Fabrizio Romano. Trust. I can confirm it's not Fabrizio Romano. As much as I'd love to get him on the channel, it is not Fabrizio Romano. Yeah, 100 needs to be backup striker to see out games. Yeah. The thing is, oh God. But yeah, it definitely needs to be a backup, 100%. The thing is, like, I'm taking Mateta as a backup, but I'm not taking him as a start. If you're saying to me, you can get Mateta for 30 to 40 mil, alongside with a striker like a Nkatike or something like that. Because guys, we need 3 attackers minimum. I'm sorry. Obviously, rest in peace, as always. And again, condolences to the family still. We need 3 attackers. Chiesa will be sold, I think, and obviously Nunes will be sold. Potentially even Diaz. So I think you need minimum 3 attackers. I would only accept 2 attackers if one of them is actually Alexander Isak. But if you said to me, here's a question to chat, right? Mateta, right? You sell Darwin, Chiesa, and Diaz. You get Anthony Gordon, Mateta, and Ekatike. Are you doing it? Answer that question. Mateta, Anthony Gordon, and who was the other one? Hugo Ekatike. But you sell Diaz, Darwin, and Chiesa. Sure, well, anyway, take care, bro. Yeah, big up yourself, mate. I'll give you a message. Don't worry about it. 30 is a good age now. He's not even 30. He's like 28. 50 to 60 mil for Ekatike, yeah. Sorry, for Mateta. Am I paying 50 to 60? How much has he got left on his contract? I can have a look. Crystal Palace. Should we have a look how long he's got left? I can't remember if he's got... I think he's got 2 years, I reckon. Where's Mateta? He's got 1 year left. I'm sorry. Guys, he's got 1 year left on his contract. Oh, whoops. He's got literally 1 year left on his contract. I am paying 50, 60 million for a striker that's got 1 year left. He's only on 50 grand a week, so in terms of wage structure wise, it actually suits Liverpool. Same with Mark Gay. He's got 1 year left. Yo, could we do like a big Palace raid? Is there any more players I would take? Yo, Tyreek Mitchell, man, what happened, bruv? Amanda. I actually don't think he's a bad player neither. Adam Morton, how long have you got left on your contract? 4 years. Fantastic. But yeah, I can't lie, chat. I'm taking Adam Morton. He's 28. I don't think he'll be more than 40 million. I don't think he will, because Palace have an opportunity to get 80 million, yeah, for two players that have 1 year left on their contracts. Royal Red. So, is it David Ornstein? No, it's not David Ornstein. It's they work in the Liverpool space. Ekatike and Mateta will be a good couple of additions. Yeah, I can't lie. I actually think that's actually realistic as well, chat. I can't even lie. By the way, people, can we get these likes up? Let's get these up to minimum. We've got over 40 people here. Let's get these likes up to 25. 25 likes. Come on. I was born on the 25th, so let's try and get 25 likes. Also, it's my lucky number. Ekatike and Mateta will be good additions. They will be fantastic additions. However, the question is they probably are going to, how much are they going to cost us? Maybe 120? You're probably looking at 60 to 80 for Hugo. Mateta, you're probably looking at 40. So you're probably looking within the region of 100 to 120, I think, for the pair of them. But I actually think that combination I just said to you, obviously, look, we need to bring an attacker now no matter what. Mateta, Anthony Gordon, and Hugo Ekitike is an upgrade on Chiesa, Diaz, and Darwin. I think we can all agree that we would swap Chiesa. Right, let's just say hypothetically, Chiesa's getting swapped for Mateta, right? I'm just using it as an attacking option. Hugo Ekitike for Darwin. I think everyone's agreeing. And Gordon or Diaz, that's where I think it's kind of a 50-50 split. I would rather keep Danz as a backup than spend 40 million. Fair enough. Newcastle fans. Oh, bro, I did a TikTok yesterday, and mate. Yeah, I did a TikTok, right? And the amount of rattled Newcastle fans was underneath the post saying, "Oh, you're not getting in," blah blah blah. I'm like, bro. God, I actually genuinely think. I actually genuinely think Newcastle fans are one of the most sensitive fan base. Arsenal fans are bad. Newcastle fans are up there. Big up to the Geordies as well, though, but some of them are jarring. I don't want Gordon 100 million. I don't think he'll cost 100 million. No, but not Gordon, mate, till 2027. Wait, what's till 2027? 20 million then? For who? The only problem with Mateta is Palace wouldn't sell them both, Gahey and Mateta. But the thing is, they can both leave on free transfers. They have an option to leave then for a year on a free contract. And you have to think Palace are gonna, if they want to maintain, maybe continue to trying to win a couple of cups or, stuff like that, they're gonna have to, unfortunately, maybe sell one of the big dogs. I'm sorry, 80 million for two players that have got a year left on their contract is good business. Fofana, I would keep an eye out for Fofana this week, in my opinion. Because I do think, in my opinion, this week transfer news will heat back up. Now, Liverpool have had their first preseason game back. I do think the news around transfers, etc., will heat up, in my opinion. I do think it's going to heat back up. I'm just intrigued to see as of when and when, apparently, Liverpool have told Real Madrid that they have to pay 50 mil for Canate. Would I sell Canate for 50 million? No, I wouldn't. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not selling Canate for 50 mil. You've got flipping Palace out here, yeah, that are dilly and dallying around about 40 million for Keys for Gahey. You're telling me we can't 50 million is not a fair asking price for Canate. I think it's an absolute fair asking price in my opinion. Real Madrid can sod off if they want him. They can wait a year. Rivals have been riled all summer. Newcastle fans don't stop talking about other players. Facts. Big up young fella, keep the young up the good worth. I appreciate the kind words, mate. Smash the likes on the way in Liverpool faithful. Big up. Smash the likes. Darwin Nunes. Yeah, guys. But by the way, I think we're edging so closer now to 1,800. We want to get to 2K before the start of the season. And yeah, we're on that road. So if you've not subscribed, make sure you are subscribing. Funniest thing I've heard is why Newcastle sell to a rival since when, if they are so Bournemouth. The thing is, Newcastle fans are very insensitive, because I don't think they're going to get used to the fact of when you start to win trophies, your players are going to be linked with everyone. That's just how it works. When you win trophies and you've got good quality footballers, your players are naturally going to be linked with other football clubs. When you get Champions League football, your players are naturally going to be linked with other football clubs. So that the whole fact of Newcastle fans crying, I really don't understand it. It's kind of understand or jog on, you know? I can't lie, I would have taken Alanga for Diaz replacement. Very versatile player with quality. I like Ante Alanga. Would I take him as a backup? Would I take him for a straight swap for Diaz? Probably not. As a squad option, I'll take him. But you know, how much did Newcastle pay? What was it, 55 million? I don't know if I would have paid 55 mil, to be fair. Why not Nusa as an option rather left wing? Nusa. Are you on about Wissa? Liverpool might be playing a smart game with Canate Rodrygo with a swap. I would be concerned if that was the deal. I can't lie. Do you think Rodrygo's not good on Diaz? I think right now Luis Diaz has had the better season than Rodrygo, and that's obviously due to the fact that he's actually had game time. But then you also have to take into an account, if you're asking me, am I taking Rodrygo over Luis Diaz? Yes, because I think the kid is a baller, and I've said it for many years. I wanted him at Liverpool when he came on against Manchester City, and he scored them 2 goals to send Madrid to the final. Ever since that season, I wanted him at Liverpool. The guy's a baller, mate, and whoever gets him, they're getting a gem, because the thing is, he's actually going to play in his natural position, and I've used this comparison a bit, right? Do you know when Neymar left Barcelona, he wanted to be the main man in the attack because he knew he was never going to be there at Barcelona with Luis Suarez and Messi, and he always knew he had the potential to do so. Rodrygo is kind of like that. And I'm not comparing Rodrygo and Neymar's footballers. I'm comparing them in terms of the similarities of like the situation. Like Rodrygo's a baller, just like Neymar was. I feel like Rodrygo has the capability to become a main star in the attack. Like Maka already been linked to Madrid. Exactly, mate. Like, we need to watch out for McAllister's contract, though. Because people think, like, now, once we got Konate done, contracts are fine. They're not. McAllister, after the season, will be on 2 years left. So, Yeah, Real Madrid won 100 mil for Rodrygo. I think they'd be a bit more lenient, if I'm being honest. 85 to 100 million. I think you can get Rodrygo out of Real Madrid for 75 to 90. Keep the likes coming. 70 people in the building. Only 20 likes. Pay the rent. Yeah, pay your rent, people, man. If you like the content, if you like Liverpool, you like transfers or whatever, get subscribing. We're 6 subs away from 1,750. So let's push towards that. If you are new, make sure you are liking and you are subscribing. Find Mad some way to keep. That's the case. Keep Elliot Morning Oak. I agree with you. I couldn't agree with you more, and facts. Madrid want all player Liverpool. Yeah, Rodrygo is like Neymar in attitude, though. Liverpool tend to avoid unprofessional types. Liverpool have always loved Rodrygo since his days at Santos. I think Rodrygo, man. You have the opportunity to sign Rodrygo, you don't say no. It's just like the Florian Wirtz deal. I don't think you say no. Elliot, Doak, Chiesa, we all can't leave only 2. I think all of them will be sold, all 3. Mac and Graf should be extended during the season. Hopefully, yes. Did Gravenberg sign a 6-year contract? Morton is a baller. Morton might be a baller, maybe. Is he going to get game time at Liverpool? If not, unfortunately, politely sell. Why do you think Chelsea and Manchester City are so successful in terms of spending money? Because they sell their academy graduates that are just not going to make it at the football club. You know? That's what Liverpool needs to start doing. You know? Yep. I agree. Talk on Isak. Should we talk on Isak, chat? There's a bit of stuff on Isak, to be fair. A couple of bits came out last night. I'll make a deal. We'll talk on Isak when we get to 40 likes. That's the deal. Chat, we'll talk on it. We've got 70 people in here. We need 15 likes for 40. We will talk Alexander Isak and some other bits and bobs when we get to 40 likes. Big up to every single person in the building. People are talking about attitude. Imagine Gerrard. Now he always has getting sent off in derbies and United games. Facts, mate. 100 mil, so 86 million pounds. What? Rodrygo, yeah. Yes. But I'm going to run a poll. Are you taking Mateta at Liverpool? Even... yeah, there we go. Let's get this poll up. I'm intrigued to see what people really think about Mateta. So, are you taking Mateta at LFC? Yes. No. / backup. There we go. Right, let's run that poll. Let's run it. I'll go through the chat. Yep. Yes, Rodrygo. So far, I said 2 weeks ago, Windows only has 7.5. So you think the Windows says 7.5? What, the window? Is the window right? The question is to you: is the window, is that based off outgoings as well? Is that because we've not sold any outgoings? We need to get a star striker and a centre back to make it a 10 out of 10 window. Yes, I think Liverpool need to be signing 4 more players. I think you can actually make a case for maybe 5 more players. Mainly due to and I'm going to explain why I think we need 5 more players. The reason why I think we need 5 more players is based off this. I think we're all in agreement we need a centre back, yeah? We need to bring in an attacker after what's happened, right? We sell Darwin, we need to bring in an attacker. We sell Diaz, we need to bring in an attacker. And I think you could argue maybe 1 more centre back in there. I think all things go to plan. I think we need to sign for more players. 9 more likes for Isak talk. Yeah, I made a deal with the chat. We'll talk on Alexander Isak when we get to now 40 likes. Rodrygo to Liverpool. Any comments? What do you mean by what do you mean in terms of comments? Think we taking a risk only having Salah on right wing if we sell Elliott, Keys, and Doak. December, no Salah for 6 weeks. I'm gonna break. One of the biggest myths is AFCON. I actually think AFCON is a myth in terms of missing players. So I'm gonna break down your sentence. Did Elliott play for Liverpool last season? No. We know he's a quality footballer. We knew this before the England Championships. Chiesa, we knew he's a quality footballer. Is he going to get the minutes and deserves at Liverpool? No. Well, Doak, possibly, but would you want an 18-year-old kid to come in and just replace Salah for 6 weeks, as you said? For me, Liverpool have always done well when Salah's gone away to AFCON. You look at the 2022 season, the season we was going for all 4 trophies. All our players were stepping up. Oxlade-Chamberlain at the time, Fabinho was scoring goals away at Palace. And obviously, this boy up here, he was stepping up for us as well. And last season, Cody Gakpo, etc., was stepping up for us when players are away on AFCON. So the whole thing about, we need... And plus, it's only like 5 games, and the fixtures that we've got, I'm not being funny or rude to the teams, but I think we beat them all, barring possibly Arsenal away. Wasn't Hughes that wanted him, was Edwards. In terms of who? What Mateta? Are you on about Mateta? I think the Windows at 9, 8 out of 10. Likes of Elliott and Doe, Patterson, Simicast, in my opinion, need to go for the best of their careers. Good enough for a side, just not for us. Nothing wrong with that. Facts, and exactly, mate. They're not. The thing is, it's not even. I actually, although I disagree maybe about Bajicic, like Elliott has been given a chance. Unfortunately, it just doesn't suit. To be fair to Ben Doak, he's actually not really been given a chance. He had a very good loan season. Sorry, I didn't mean to put the comments in caps. Sorry, mate. God bless Joe. I think Mateta might be his replacement. No one can ever replace Diego Jota, but I know what you mean. Yeah, still, of course, God bless him. I can't wait to show you the new setup. I've got a part of my back wall that I'm building. That's why the green screen's on, because all the backdrop and everything is going to look mint, right? And there's going to be a section on my wall where there's going to be a couple of memory things to do with Jar. So again, forever, rest in peace. Centre back is done. Gray might be another one if Canate leaves. If Canate leaves, I'm sorry, but I'm doing everything we can to get Bastoni out of that football club. Or you go and get me in Higby. People in the chat know I rate in Higby. And for me, I would be concerned if Konate left. You know. Right, let me try and catch up with this chat. Big up to you as always. Yep. Doak ain't good enough. I disagree, man. I think Doak's a baller. Keep the likes coming. Yeah, we've got over 100 people in here, man. Let's try and get these likes up to 50. If you are new and you do like the content, make sure you're subscribing to the channel as well. Very important you do so. People, could we get 5 more subs this stream? If you're not subscribed, make sure you are subscribed. It is very important you do so. We have 5 subscribers from 1,750. So, also, if you're interested in boxing, I'm going to Isak the rematch this weekend at Wembley. Vlog. I will be doing a vlog. And at the weigh-in, there's going to be a load of big stars there. So I'm going to try, maybe grab an interview with either a professional boxer or an ex-boxer. Last time, I met Derek Chisora. Anyone that knows Derek Chisora, I met him. You know, maybe this time, if he has a bit more time, I can get him on the channel for maybe a 2-3 minute interview. And I believe he supports Arsenal. So I'm gonna ask him who does he think will win the league. Rodrygo could cover Salah on the right in AFCON. Yeah. But are we going to replace him? And okay, that was the problem. Rodrygo and Isak signed. LFC can sign Mateta or Gonzalo Ramos. I will not take Gonzalo Ramos, but I would 100% Mateta. You're right about AFCON during, however, Mo comes back knackered and leggy. Yep. The myth about Liverpool don't do well when players go on AFCON is kind of mad. Like, our players are always doing well. Now, like I said, you know, some of our favourite Jota memories came when Mo was away at AFCON, when he was scoring goals against Arsenal in the Cups, you know? Like I said, like going back and watch the Crystal Palace game, yeah, I believe in that game when we beat Crystal Palace, I think we beat them 3-1 in the 4 season. I think Oxlade-Chamberlain scored, I think Van Dijk scored, and I think Fabinho scored. Like, our players step up when players go to AFCON. They just do. We've never really struggled. And in the season, in Klopp's final season, Darwin Núñez was scoring goals. I mean, I'm not saying we have to rely on him again, but Darwin Núñez was scoring goals. You know, we won the cup final within that time. You know, our record is incredibly good. Mateta would be an excellent backup to Isak. He'd be an unbelievable backup, in my opinion. But the poll, I'm looking at the poll now. Are you taking Mateta at Liverpool? Yes. So basically, yes, or you take him as a backup. 60% are, 40% no. Are not taking Mateta as a backup. Okay. Yep. Isak talk. Yes, we are going to be speaking about Alexander Isak once I've just caught up with the chat. Once I've caught up with all the chat messages, I'm about 5 minutes behind the chat. So once I've caught up with all the chat, we are going to be speaking about Alexander Isak next. I think Rodrygo's versatile would attract slot. Yep. Liverpool would sign Gray, then wait to see. Liverpool will sign Gray and then wait to see if Saudi comes for Diaz, as Barca are not willing to pay the valuation. Yep. Yeah, he's always in, man. Big up. What the chances are getting Rodrygo? If Luis Diaz gets sold, right? The, my chances of Rodrygo are different compared to right now. If Luis Diaz stays, I would put it as maybe a 5%. But if Luis Diaz is sold, I think me personally, the percentage goes up to 30, possibly more. We need to get Rodrygo, mate, up. I would love him. Smash the likes, 100 here. Yeah, I think De Winter's the best young centre back. Big up, I'll take Bastoni in a heartbeat. Yeah. Last time I heard, Rodrygo doesn't want to leave Real Madrid. The thing is, it's very different. Like 1 minute he doesn't, 1 minute he does. So I think it's going to be really telling when a team really comes in for him, whether he wants to leave or not. Konate isn't leaving LFC. Liverpool won't sell him for cheap, and Madrid are not willing to pay the valuation. Yep. Guys, do you want to know something? I actually think Konate signs a new contract. I still think he stays. Isak, yep, we are going to speak about Isak once. Regardless, speak about Isak once. I'm going to call with the chat, mate. Yeah. Yeah, big up Scottish Bear, mate. Yeah, you are, I was going to say, you're always supporting me, mate. I heard that Real Madrid are going to offer 43 million for Konate. Who said that? Who in here knows about boxing? Me. I've liked boxing since I was like 7 years old. Also did it as well. I just hope by the end of the window we get everything we need, because it's going to be an insane season. I think the team will 100%. I don't think Liverpool are too concerned about whether they get the players in or not. Forest want Doak. We want 25 million if we get him. That's unreal. He'll do well at. I feel like he'll do well at Forest. Doak is a top talent. He shouldn't be sold. He's a perfect backup. In terms of backup, I would actually loan him in the Prem. I don't want him sold. I like him. AFCON needs to be moved to the summer. European clubs will start thinking twice about signing AFCON players. Yeah, AFCON doesn't. Yeah, but the thing is, I don't. I'm pretty sure. Look, I might be wrong. For anyone that's watched AFCON or has a bit more knowledge than me, don't they have to have AFCON early in the season just due to because of the heat in Africa in the summer would be ridiculous. Like it's you can't have the tournament. You have to have it somewhat like in January, December, January. People in the chat, they might know. Smash the likes to 50, man. Come on. Yep. Yeah, we're on 50 plus likes. Big up to everyone. Isak talk. Yeah, just getting through these last couple of messages. We ain't getting Rodrygo and Isak. That's a pipe dream. We have money, but not about money. Yep. Forest makes sense. Wanting Doak, having just sold Alanga would be good for his career. Guaranteed minutes. Probably starts. If you had the opportunity to keep him, would you keep him? No. I like Sesko. You like Sesko, you know. Would you take Lewis Openda at Liverpool? I'd take Lewis Openda. Probably not. Sorry, bro, my English isn't that good. Don't worry about it, mate. Don't worry about it. Your English was fine to read out. Nunes was really good yesterday. I thought he was good. Yeah. Boxing is my passion. Yes, come on. Hopefully, bro, you'll be watching my vlog, man. Palace asking for 50 million, and NFC Konate. Yeah, exactly, bruv. That's exactly why. I'm sorry, Mark Gahey is a good centre back, yeah. But there's no way I'm selling Konate for an extra 10 million. Like, you having me on? You guys are forgetting I'm a formal professional, are you? Yeah, don't worry about it, mate. I don't disclose who I am. I don't like the attention. So you're a formal boxing, former boxer, yeah? What era? And backing, like, guess. If Diaz is sold, Royals would be a good acquisition as ideal replacement who can play anywhere in the forward line. Appears in not Alonso's plans. Well, I thought he was on about Morgan Rogers. Yeah, Yes, I agree. Even if it was Morgan Rogers, I'd take Morgan Rogers at Liverpool. Depends if you think Doak could start a Champions League final against PSG. Is a no. I think it's too harsh to say is he good enough to start a final against PSG. But I think for me, I would keep him on because he is a talent and the guy is a really good player. I also did boxing for 14 years, UFC 6. Mateta got back up 16G in 36 games. Who's better, Palmer or Wirtz? I don't think it's as close as everyone thinks. No, I don't think it's as big at the gap than most people think. I would. If you're saying to me, who am I taking, Wirtz or Cole Palmer, I'm taking Florian Wirtz because I like that style of a 10. Former professional Olympics, late 80s and 90s. Hit me up on Twitter. Sesko, yeah, no, we don't want Sesko in here. Right, guys, I need to get my flipping MacBook charger. I need to go and get the wire because it's on flipping 9%. Shit. How many likes are we on? With 3 subs, from 1,750. So by the time I come back, hopefully we're on that. We've got over 100 people in the building. We're on 53 likes. Right, this is what I'll do. Right? I'm going to go and get my charger. And I know everyone wants to talk about Isak. I'm going to go and get my charger. And then we're going to speak about Alexander Isak. So, let's try and smash these up to minimum 60 plus. Big up everyone. I'll be back in literally 2 minutes. Right, chat. I am back. Big up everyone. Right, we'll go through these last couple of comments, and then we will talk on Isak for you all. Yep, I agree. Awesome. I don't see Rodrygo by my mate. No, Isak news. I'll pull it up for you, mate. Yes, smash the likes and subscribe. Under Rogers, Doak would probably be getting regular games. I just can't see who is slotted there to win. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I do agree. Right, let's bring up the latest regarding Alexander Isak. Now, do you remember how I've said for a couple of times? I think one of the reasons why we could get Alexander Isak is a potential swap deal. These are the reports that are coming out now. That Alexander Isak still remains Liverpool's #1 target as they look to sign an attacker. The club will attempt to negotiate a lower price with Newcastle by including a player in the deal. Are you doing Isak plus Elliott? Isak plus Elliott. Are you selling Harvey Elliott to Newcastle? And let's run a poll. Does Isak become a Liverpool player this summer? Yes, no, or 50-50. Also, chat, does anyone know how Liverpool are doing on the homegrown stats? Because I've seen a couple of people complain about it. I feel like the LFC have a little choice, but to Saliba, which is worrying as there are not lots of great centre backs available. I think there's a couple of great centre backs available. I don't think we actually need to sell them though this summer. We won't include players in deals. It doesn't happen. The PSR thing. I'm not talking about like a direct swap. I'm talking in sense of. So, for example, you know, we sell Harvey Elliott to Newcastle, and we get Isak for cheaper. That's kind of what I'm insinuating. That it won't be as an actual. It won't be an actual swap deal. You know, because again, yeah, you don't really see swap deals anymore in football. 100% I'll do that. Yeah, 100. How are you? You could take a £200 million deal for you. No, we will get him. Elliot will be a separate deal, pure profit. Yes, I agree. I don't think we if we're doing a deal of that magnitude, I don't think we do it as a I think it'd be like a completely different style of deal. 1 trillion %, yep. We would have to sell Elliot separately, homegrown PSR issues. That's why QK had to go to Germany. Kwanzaa, yeah. So Havertz, Newcastle. Is Rodrygo all of that? I don't know about him. Rodrygo's a baller, mate. Well, I think he is, and I think he would be worth the money. However, some people in the chat think that is obviously another question. Right, there we go. How many likes are we on? 60 likes, people. Let's try and aim for 75 likes in today's stream. I think 75 likes is very much possible. But that's not all regarding Isak. Now, let me go to my bookmarks. Hugo Ekitike, right, is wanted. If Newcastle were to spend significant funds on Ekitike, it would raise the inevitable questions over Isak's future at St. James's. Do you guys buy into that? If Liverpool was to, if Newcastle was to bring in Hugo Ekitike, does that mean a potential sale for Hugo Ekitike? Do you guys buy into that, or do you think they're both going to play together? Do you guys both think? Do people think he's it's just depth? Let me know in that regards as to what you all think. Let me yeah, there's a lot of talk about Mateta, guys. There's a lot of talk about Mateta right now on the timeline. People saying yeah, no. Some people saying no. I can't lie, I'm taking him as a backup. I can't lie, I am. Yes, let me know what your thoughts are. Alright, let me go through the chat. But yeah, smash the likes to 70 people. We're trying to aim for 75 likes in today's stream. And also we've hit it 1,750. Big up to everyone, man. Big up to that. 1,750. 50 subs away from 1.8. Let's keep going on that road. The problem with Isak is Newcastle valuation. I can't see LFC paying 150 for him. They are asking for 150 million add-ons. It's even worse. I don't think they would ask for 150 plus add-ons because I just don't. The Spanish Tony Pius has gone. The past no excuse. Stage £1 billion spent on one FA Cup. Yeah. Did you guys see last night the Donald Trump thing with the Donald Trump? I thought that was quite funny. He was in the trophy lift. Rodrygo must join Liverpool in the same year as Salah in 2017. Yep. Have a good one. I have to head out. Big up to yourself, mate. You're always here tuning in. Big up to yourself. Smash the like, subscription. Big up to you all. Yep. With Rodrygo, Isak, Salah up front, do we press enough? What with Rodrygo, Isak, and Salah? Mate, bun the press, mate. Like, we won't need to. Do people actually believe Newcastle have £80 backup? They've got us as well. Right, you have to look at Newcastle's second options. So, right, let's just pretend no one's sold. Right, I think that's the best way to do it. Gordon, Callum Wilson, I believe, left. So it's Gordon, Elanga now, Murphy, Isak. Let's say Ekatike as well. The player you've just mentioned, that's 6. Harvey Barnes. There's like 7 or 8 attackers. If they were to bring in a Hugo Ekatike as well. So that's one of the reasons why I think they are going to sell one of their attackers. I do think Gordon's more likely to leave, but we'll have to wait and see. Big up. With what happened with Jota, LFC might restructure the spending to get more player rather than go all out for one player. In terms of what more options, I could see. I get what you're thinking. Newcastle get Ekatike. Isak is defo. Mate, I hope, mate. I hope you are right. How sell Harvey to Newcastle. Mateta is a big lad, will help with corners. Mateta will be quality sign. He's not old. People thinking like 28 is old. So if you're going based off that logic, how old is Alexis McAllister? Alexis McAllister. I mean, I was prefer he's 26. But I thought he was older for some reason. Yep, big up. We're 10 likes away from 75. So let's try and get those hit. Versus 22. So for LFC, 116 million is nothing. We can still sell him in 5 years as much as Isak is 26. You won't get money from him in the future if it doesn't work. I disagree. I think Saudi. Let's say we get new Isak for 140. I think you can still sell him to Saudi. I mean, yeah, you're going to have to take a big hit. If Isak flops of the flops, right, let's just say he absolutely stinks. I still think you can get a decent fee for Saudi. But yeah, you take a massive hit. There is no 100 mil agreement with Isak. In terms of that's the asking price that they set. I think Newcastle Ekitike story them trying to push us to give up Isak and get Ekitike. No way they spend that on backup. Why would Ekitike want that in a World Cup year? Because it's Newcastle, isn't it? Look at the project. Rio next Messi. Yeah. Benjamin Sesko for Mateta. I would not swap. I'm taking Mateta over Benjamin Sesko every day. I'm at Isak 130 to 150 max, including add-ons. I agree. 5 teams have already qualified for the 29 World Cup PSG. Cruz, that was Pyramids FC, and Al. Is that Al Halal? I think Liverpool will qualify. Liverpool will be at the next Club World Cup. To be honest, I'm not really asked. But if we're in it, I want us to win it. Yeah, the Anthony Gordon rumours are not going away. You are correct in the sense of the Anthony Gordon rumours are not going away. I think it's going to be really intriguing as to what's actually going to happen, regarding that situation. You said like Newcastle aren't a big club, but why they're not? I didn't say there was. Newcastle decided they are rich, but money isn't an issue for them. It's about the amount of money they can spend. It's not about how much money they've got, though. We obviously all know that they've got money, but this was also a report that Liverpool will turn their attention to Isak if that doesn't happen. I did see somewhere Ben Jacobs put something out regarding Liverpool. He said basically Liverpool are going to find out in the next couple of weeks whether a feasible deal is possible. But I think Ben Jacobs said something on the lines of like, if Liverpool are going to find out in the coming weeks whether Isak is truly available, and if he is, they'll go for him. If not, they'll turn their attention to Ekitike. So that's no surprise. Brentford are showing possible interest in Omari Hutchinson. If Newcastle hadn't been hacked. Wait, if we said hacked. If Newcastle hadn't been backed by a state 10 years ago in IE City, they would be possibly won the league by now, same as City. And I'm going to ask you a question. Would you take state back owners? 75 people watching, smash the likes to 80. Yeah, big up. How many likes are we on? 65. I think maybe 80 likes could be achievable. But yeah, if you haven't liked, make sure you have liked. And if you like the content, make sure you are subscribing to the channel as well. It's obviously very, very important you do so to stay up to date with the latest Liverpool content, football content overall. Money is an issue. The owners are rich bears and has tiny revenue compared to the big clubs, and they can't do what City do because of the new rules, or they would have done so already. That's absolute facts. For me, Newcastle won't get more than 125 million from LSC for Isak. I'm confident Liverpool would bid for him. Whether we get him is obviously another topic, but I am confident that Liverpool will at some point bid for Alexander Isak. Now, should we bring up some other related Liverpool news? Because we have got some interesting stuff. Now, let me just quickly message my girlfriend to do me a favor. So yeah, let's go through some other news. Yeah, Arsenal getting Gyökeres. Yeah, I've seen this that RB Leipzig, Benjamin Sesko's agent, has contacted Liverpool to offer them the Slovenian attacker after Arsenal pulled out of the race. Yeah, sorry, yeah, you can offer him, but I'm not even taking Sesko for 20 mil. Sorry, I'm not. I'm not. I really, really not. Yeah. Some other news. This was interesting. West Ham are set to turn their attention towards Harvey Elliott and Tyler Morton. So, yeah, these two are yeah, and I agree with you. That's what my stance is, in my opinion, as well. Are you selling Elliott and Morton for 60 mil to West Ham? Yes. No. Are you selling them? Are you selling the pair of them to West Ham? Because they are being linked away from the football club. Yep. Big up to everyone watching, man, as always. We're, 14 likes away from 80, so again, if you've not hit the likes, make sure you do. It's important. Helps boost out the channel. And yeah, we're now less than 49 subs. We're less than 50 subs to 1,800, so we're aiming to push towards that target this week. Money is an issue. I've already read that. I agree. It's insane to think some Man City fans originally the old Man City in the third division. I personally think Mateta will be a replacement for Diogo Jota, rest in peace. Yep. We will still need to go for main striker, facts. I've got a feeling. Guys, I can't lie. I think Mateta could actually happen. I actually think Philippe Mateta could actually happen. He's on cheap wages. It won't be a difficult deal in terms of a player side. It all comes down to Crystal Palace. You know? I want 50 for Elliott and Morton, more than 10, so I voted no. The bowl 16, not enough. So how much would you take? Well, I've clicked on the poll. I said, are you selling Elliott and Morton for 60 mil to West Ham as a double package? 60% said yes, 40 are on no. So yeah, get voting on that. Let me know what you think. 80 mil, Ant. You think 80 million? Yo, you think 80 mil? Would I sell him? Do I think we can get 80 mil? From West Ham? Probably not. But I think West Ham want to play in that sort of caliber, like your Harvey Elliott, and they've always liked Tyler Morton. So I think, that's gonna be interesting. But 80 mil. 80 mil. I think the maximum you can get for both of them would be 70 mil. I think 70 is like you've dripped all the money out of the club. But I think Liverpool would make I think we're gonna make 60 million for the pair. I don't want Akatike or Tesco. What do you mean by Tesco? Both are overhyped. I want Pedro if we couldn't get Isak, but now he's gone to Chelsea. Elliott, although Elliott is linked to Newcastle as well. I want 70 from West Ham. I do like the profile pic, I can't lie. Not 80 mil, but 70, 65, 45, 20 mil Elliot. Yeah. Gotta be 70 to 50 Elliot, given the money Edward's gonna be this like etc. 20 mil. Yeah, I think Elliot, there will definitely be a sell-on clause or a buyback. But remember, there was a buyback. There was an option that Liverpool, we could sell him for an extra 10 mil, but there's no buyback. I think it makes sense you include the buyback. 80 mil long, more 50 more like what for the pair of them? I think we can get more than 50 mil. God, the car parks are madness outside. 45 mil. Plus add-ons for Elliot, 25 plus add-ons for Morton. I think you can get Morton sold for 25 mil up to add-ons. Oh, Tesco, Sesco. I get you. Yeah, I don't want Sesco. The like algorithm helps grow the chance to smash it. Thanks. Bring up your skull, Scotch Bay, mate. You've always supported the channel, and you're always supporting other channels as well. Big up to you, mate. Yeah, we're on 70 likes. I said at the start of the stream, my goal was actually 25 likes. So let's try and push towards 7. I think we can end on a whopping 80 likes. 10 more. Get subscribing if you haven't already done so. Very important you do so if you like the football content. We're now 8 subscribers from 1,760. So we're getting our way to that target. I think we'll do another 20, 30 or 20, 30 minutes, and then I've got to nip out to Lidl to pick up some bits. Ekatike's class if we don't get Isak. Would happily take Ekatike and Mateta. If Ekatike takes a bit more time to sell in, you have a guy to step in for a bit. I actually like the planning of that. I actually agree with what you're saying there. Sesko's a basketballer. Sesko's a bum. Watch out for Morton to Forest news to break. Is this a Let's Talk Football Kieran bomber? Is that a bomber? If we get Ekatike and Meta, I'd be more than happy, but if we just get Mateta, I'd be very underwhelmed. Is it right, guys? I'm gonna ask you a question. Forget sales for a minute. Just imagine everyone who people want to be sold is sold. Are you taking this as a window? Gehi, Mateta, Ekatike, Anthony Gordon, Malik Fofana, maybe another centre back. How much would that actually even cost? I think you can get Malik Fofana for 30 mil. I think Mateta 40, so that's 70. Ekatike, I think that probably takes it to maybe 150. Then Gehi, probably 40. For 200 mil, you've actually sorted your squad out. We got 25 for Brad Smith. I watched Ekatike a lot when he was in France. PSG brought him as a big future talent. He was missing tap-ins after tap-ins. They sold him to Frankfurt after just 1 year for a reason. Yeah, I forgot. I actually do remember that, yeah. Why Fofana and Gordon? I'm just basing off links. Wow, all these random names. What do you mean? Who's random names? Mateta is not a random name. Everyone knows who Mateta is. Everyone knows who those players are. Yes, but no Gordon. I'll take Fofana instead. I just think Gordon's more proven, so I think it'd be good to have a backup. Yep. You know what, chat? Do you think Darwin stays at Liverpool? I'm going to see if bookmarked any Nunes news. Because obviously this was the report 2 days ago that Liverpool decided to abandon the Napoli have decided to bin off the Darwin Nunes news. I'm going to run a poll. Do you think Darwin Nunes will be a Liverpool player next season? Yes or no? Let's run that poll. I mean, to be fair, we've been linked with Gordon for a while. Mateta, I can get that. But that naturally happens, only with transfers. And Sesko, to be fair, we've always had a bit of an interest. No project striker we're looking to retain. I don't want Gordon Newcastle or wants a similar money, if not more than Rodrygo. Would rather have Rodrygo. I think they both cost similar prices. Journalists throwing out names just because sticks. Just the price they want for Gordon, when we could get for Fana for about 40, 45 minutes. I think you can get for Fana cheaper than that. No, but it's his replacement. Cancelo Ramos is a secret signing as soon as Darwin is sold to Al Hilal. Do you think ITK, yeah? Is that what he's saying? Depends. LFC won't sell Nunes, in my opinion, for less than 55. I don't know if there's a club willing to pay that. I think Saudi would. But the thing is, I don't think Nunes wants to go to Saudi, which is the overall aspect. However, Fabrizio Romano did confirm that, the deal, he thinks the deal is still on for Nunes and Napoli, and he thinks another round of talks will still be taking place. So I think it's certainly going to be interesting as to what's going to happen in that regard. This is an update. Well, this is what David Lynch has had to say regarding Palace. As of last week, Liverpool have had no firm approach to Crystal Palace from Mark Gahey, with contact limited to the defender's representatives to sell the move. It remains to be seen whether Palace will be tempted into a deal Liverpool feel is responsible. So, yeah, that's going to be interesting. But yeah, fortunately, I do agree with that, mates, if I'm being truly honest. 64 people inside, 7 likes away from 80, 2 likes away from 75. Let's get these up, people, if you haven't already done so. Make sure you are subscribing. Does Gahey to Liverpool happen? That's, certainly going to be interesting. I'm going to see if there's any more news on Twitter. Let's see if there's any more news on Twitter. I did see this, that Liverpool are monitoring the situation of Christopher Nkunku. Chelsea want around 35 million. I'm sorry. No thanks. If this was Nkunku in 2022, I'm doing it. But it's not 2022 anymore. Hence why I am not buying Christopher Nkunku. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Let me see what other bits of news. So we've gone over the Mateta stuff. That obviously Liverpool have been links with Mateta. I can't lie, guys. I am taking him. It just depends on whether he's going to be the backup or not. So where is this? Absolutely not. Nkunku's nowhere near good enough. If this is Nkunku before all his injuries and before he moved to Chelsea, I'm taking Nkunku all day long because I thought he was a baller. But yeah, not for me anymore. Me personally, it's a deal I wouldn't be willing to do. But yeah, did everyone enjoy the preseason game yesterday? I thought it was absolutely beautiful from Liverpool. You know, in the tributes, as that was obviously remembered for Diego Jota. Fair play to I can't remember the lady's name, the person that was singing before. I thought that was absolutely beautiful, and as the game as a whole, I actually enjoyed it. It was interesting to see how Liverpool was going to line up and set up in areas. And yeah, we now move on to Milan, which is in just under 2 weeks for the Japan tour. And yeah, we did a watch along yesterday as well. So watch alongs will be coming forward. Yeah, nice to watch some football again. Props to Preston for being classy. Yeah, Preston was proper classy, which I thought was really good. Their fans were polite as well. I think I can't remember the guy's name now. The captain for them laid some flowers down in front of the Liverpool fans, which I thought was beautiful of them to do. And fair play to Preston, and hopefully fair play to them. I hope they have a good season because clubs like that in times like this who are respectful. I have respect for, and I have a lot of respect for their fans. So. Yeah, which was very, very good. Sesko is made for the Prem. Slot will turn into a monster. 2-footed, massive, great skills. Still got money ball if we get the price down to 60. I don't think they'll budge on it. I think that's one of the reasons why Arsenal turned their attention away because of the price of Benjamin Sesko. I feel that was ultimately one of their reasons. If I'm being honest. But yeah, chat, I think we're going to wrap up here. Big up to every single one that's watched, that's tuned in. We need 2 more likes for 75. So if you've not hit the likes, make sure you've hit the likes. Get subscribing to the channel, and we will be back very, very soon on the channel. We'll be back tomorrow as well. So I really enjoyed today's stream. Potentially, tomorrow we'll be doing 2 streams from tomorrow. So we're doing 2 streams a day starting tomorrow. It's just due to the fact that I've got a lot of stuff I need to do this afternoon. So I thought I'd try and get in an hour and a half today. So yeah, big up to everyone, man. Get the likes up and get subscribing. And I hope you all have a fantastic rest of the day. Should we raid someone? Should we give a raid? Redirect. Who is live? Who's live that we can raid? Oh, I know who we should raid. I know exactly. Guys, we're going to go and raid reviews on sports. Good guy, Arsenal fan. He's a big fan of the channel. He's always supporting me. Go and show him some love. Say footyreactstv raid. Big up to every single person. I hope you all have a good rest of your day. Take care. Ta-da.